I feel like we're ready. Spirits, angels, and guides, ascended masters, loved ones, teachers, positive ancestors. Give me the overall energy here as it relates to my collective. What does my collective need to know about love at this time? Huh, Shazzy? Oh, cute. Okay. I feel like this is for a collective. Oof. So I just heard the message. This is a cute message. I just heard the message, love is hard, but it's worth it. Love is hard, but it's worth it. It's like, you may feel like you've gone through a lot and experienced a lot of pain as it relates to love and felt like you've really had to persevere. And it's been very challenging and like maybe it's taken a lot out of you. This is definitely a collective of like deep lovers. It feels like this is a collective that really throughout most of their life has always been the one who would express love openly and allow themselves to be led by their vulnerability. That's your gift. That's your superpower. You're led by your vulnerability. And it feels like it's second nature for you to love. Feels like it's second nature for you to love. And you love to love. So for some of you who for some time were trying to course correct, like to reverse that part of yourself because of getting hurt, I feel like you're not there anymore. Because you're not going to allow anyone to take that away from you. Oh my gosh, this is stupid full moon energy, okay? The energy is so heavy this time of year. Like these transits always get to me. But yeah, there's this energy of like, you're not going to let anyone take that away from you. That is who you are, okay? And that's the most beautiful part of yourself. So why would you change yourself or suppress yourself or minimize yourself or repress who you are for anyone? And you know that you're going to find someone or somebody will come forward to willingly match that energy. You feel confident. This is the energy of my soul is beautiful and I know that there's a match for it. I know that there is a mate for it. I know that there is somebody who will meet me where I am. I know that there's somebody who will love me deeply and soulfully and unconditionally. Thank you, Daphne. Yeah, because y'all maybe were in some relationships, situationships that you felt like you had to compete for someone's attention in. And I feel like there's this energy of maybe for a long time you accepted that or you went along with it, but that's not who you are. That's not who you ever were. And I feel like there's now this energy of like, the right person is only gonna want me. The right person is only going, that's where you are. You're like, the right person is going to want me and me alone. No more competing for someone's attention, right? I feel like there's this energy of like, yeah, love is hard, but it's worth it. But you also know that at this time, the beautiful love that you have to offer has to be reciprocated by someone who's going to willingly do so. I feel that even if you're already connected to this person, it could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, it could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you could be a fire or water sign, okay? You are willing to accept that they will meet you where you are, but you're not going to beg anymore for scraps or breadcrumbs. You're not going to go back to this person or accept this person in your life or even be open to this person if it's a new person, unless they are in a state of equivalency with where you are emotionally. And I feel for a long time, you were connected to partners who were emotionally unavailable for whichever reason. And you tried to work against that. Like you tried to offset that by pouring more love into them. But I feel for a lot of you, it drained you and depleted you because you poured too much love into people who were not able to pour back in return. And I feel for many of you, it's like there was a lot of pain associated with these past connections. But it feels like you're ready to move forward to a love that meets you where you are, willingly. That's the energy, willingly. The song is Bleeding Love. There are a lot of like bleeding hearts in this collective, okay? So this is a little bit of a heavy message. But here's the beauty of this moment in this collective. This is a necessary release. A necessary release to make space for a new kind of love story. That's what this feels like. Dang. Tell me, what do we need to know? What do we need to know in terms of this collective? Who are they dealing with at this time? Here's the thing. Y'all are dealing with someone who's not being honest with you about their feelings. Or they're holding back their feelings. You're dealing with somebody who maybe continues to communicate with you. Because I don't feel like this is someone you're fully in separation with. This is somebody that continue to communicate with you, but it's like they're not, it's like they're speaking in circles. There's like circular conversations, but they're not actually telling you the truth, which is that they clearly have very deep and profound feelings for you, which is that they clearly feel like the two of you are supposed to be together. Could be an air sign as well, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I feel Gemini energy here. I feel Capricorn energy here. I'm feeling Pisces. I'm feeling Leo. This is somebody that, yeah, it's like they continue to have conversations with you, but it's almost like they're just kicking up dust. You ever get that image of like someone just kicking up dust to distract you? Saying random words that don't really mean anything, sending you a bunch of gifts or memes or whatever, whichever short form abbreviated communication we use these days. But it's like they're not actually saying anything, you know? Or they speak, but you know that they're holding back. You know that they're holding back. And I feel like a lot of you are frustrated. Why is this person holding back at this time? This is somebody that's afraid of the passion that they have for you. This is somebody who's afraid to allow themselves to feel what they actually feel here. And this is somebody who's afraid of the fact that they want this more than anything they've ever wanted. They're afraid of that. Tell me a little bit more about this. We're going to put Newman down over here. Why are they afraid of that? For a lot of you, this is somebody who's really in their ego at this time. It's like this is somebody who could feel like they have to preserve something in their life or has some type of stability or security in something in their life. This could be career. This is somebody that I feel like likes getting attention, but truthfully, I feel like they're realizing that that attention doesn't even resonate with them anymore. So this is definitely somebody who's realizing that you're the only thing that's truly important. You're the only thing that's important. How do they see my collective at this time? They see you looking at them as someone that you may leave in your past. They see you as someone who is not the kind of person to wait around in perpetuity. I don't feel like you are. I feel like for a lot of you, maybe you were for a time, but that was uncharacteristic of you. That's not generally the behavior that you would show up in a relationship. I feel like this person was your exception. This person was, you know, the person that represented maybe your kryptonite or someone who would cause you to behave in a way in which you wouldn't normally behave. And it feels like they had this effect on you, but it also feels like that effect is starting to wear off because you're starting to look at this more rationally and not idealistically. But yes, they're definitely an exception. How are they feeling about my collective deep down? Damn. That the two of you are supposed to build a beautiful foundation together. That they've never loved anyone the way that they love you. I feel like you taught this person how to love. For a lot of you, you taught this person what it feels like to love and be loved. Because they had duty or obligation in the past with the Hierophant. Like they had felt required or obligated. That there was this, they had understood the principles of like energetic reciprocity. But they never felt true love. They never felt true love. Damn. And for those of you who felt it was passion, I see this being like the deepest love that either of you have ever felt. And I do see that there's some type of change here coming in. What is this change that's coming in for this relationship? Damn. Listen to the song. You're still the one I belong to, the only one I belong to. You're still the one. You're always going to be the one for this person. You know that, right? Looks like we made it. For a lot of you, you're always going to be the one for this person. But I also feel like for some of you, you're feeling like you need to pull back because you feel like this keeps you stuck. You feel like this keeps you stuck, or you feel like this keeps you repeating old cycles, right? But for a lot of you, you're also like, I missed you. A lot of you, you're looking at this like, yeah, we've made it. We've made it to this place, but are we where we ultimately want to be? Some of you are having a difficult time. You're like, do I close this cycle in the hopes that they come forward? Or do I continue to have hope and faith that things will change? I feel like you keep going back and forth between these 2 points of polarity. Some of you are a fire sign, okay? I'm getting the image of like this heavy release over the last few days. So you could be feeling like there's a lot of tension, like you could be having headaches, migraines, feeling like you're releasing a lot of heavy tension around this. Knowing that you're preparing for something beyond this as well. But it's like something keeps pulling you back. The feelings you have with this person, them pulling on your energy keeps pulling you back. And I feel like they're pulling on your energy because they don't want you to let go of them. This is so complex. I feel like this is someone who doesn't want you to let go, but I also feel like right now they're in the 3D, they're holding everything back. They're holding everything back, which is making it next to impossible. It seems kind of unfair, to be honest. But I don't feel like they're doing that willingly. I don't feel like they're trying to hurt you. Tell me a little bit more about what this person wants to tell my collective. So they want to have expansion here with you. They feel like this relationship is destined. But I received a download last night that I feel like is relevant. Damn, and this just jumped out of the deck. Cultivation. You're in the growing phase. You have the power to attract anything you want in your life. There's this energy here of like, destiny is and fate exist, but you have to shape that destiny. Free will is always going to shape our destiny. So for those of you who have been like, this is my twin flame and we're supposed to be together forever, this is my soulmate and we're destined to spend forever together. Well, if this person doesn't do the work or you don't do the work, eventually that destiny takes another shape, right? Eventually that destiny is usurped or shifted or changed. So I feel like there's this energy of this person being like, we're destined. But then the universe is like, are you listening to us? Are you heeding the call? Are you ready? It feels like the universe is trying to mobilize this person to step into the state of a call to action, to be able to claim this powerful, profound love. And the thing is, y'all are not afraid of this magic. You aren't. You never have been. You showed this person what it was like to touch the magic of a love that's this deep. You showed them what it was like to experience that. And you thought that that would be enough for them to not be afraid. And it feels like they're still afraid. What does this person want to say about the future with my collective? Damn. I heard you choose. You choose. I'm getting this energy of this person kind of passing the buck. I feel that all you want in this collective is for this person to fight for you. And all this person wants is to know that you'll stand by them no matter what they do. And I feel like you're at a crossroads. Damn. Wow, you look so safe. Okay, what do we need to know about what this person hopes for the future of my collective? This is somebody who wants a new cycle with you. Wants a new cycle with you, okay? I'm feeling the energy of an R initial. C, R, and S. Could be first, middle, or last, okay? I'm getting the confirmation that you could have been listening to like a lot of 80s music recently. 80s music. You could have been born in the 80s, like late 80s. Okay, late 80s. Anything else we need to know about what this new beginning this person wants? They don't want to push this love away anymore. I feel like this person wants so badly to step into this divine masculine energy. They want more than anything to prove to you that they can be this person. Like it's intimidating to see themselves through your eyes. But it feels like it's been necessary for their path and journey to see all that they could be and all that they could become through your eyes. It's not so much that they're regretting, like there's pain on their side, but it feels like the one thing that they do have some regrets around are feeling like maybe they're shifting that perception that you had of them. That, hi Christine, that very confident energy that you saw them in, somebody who is so deep and so loving. Like you see so much in this person beyond their status. I feel like that's the thing. You're the first person in this person's life that's seen beyond their status, seen beyond like whatever job they have or their money or, you know, their circumstances in their life. And I feel like they've been fighting so long to be seen and heard by everybody through those external means, like through this external lens. And you're the first person who's ever really seen this person. And I feel like they feel a deep, heavy sense of regret that they took that for granted. This energy is heavy. This person is feeling the loss of this. Feeling the loss of having, like, the one person that's ever truly seen them without any expectations. So I feel for many of you, you didn't have expectations with this person. Like, you really just wanted them to be able to live a life that was happy and fulfilling. I feel like eventually you realized that they weren't going to give back willingly. So you feel like you had no choice but to protect your energy. And now you're in a place where you're like, I need to focus on my own growth. I don't see you detaching completely from this person, but you're in this growing phase. I feel like you're watering the seeds you've planted in your own life. I feel like you're finding your own magic. I feel like you're recognizing that the sky is the limit for you if you're not holding on to things that won't grow. See, that's the truth that often we don't want to admit. When you hold on to someone that you love dearly, deeply, unconditionally, who is refusing to grow, what happens is it stagnates your growth. And I feel for many of you that is unacceptable anymore. Or for some time it feels like you were willing to accept it or you were willing to go along with it because you wanted more than anything for this person to believe in their own magic by allowing them to connect with yours. I don't see you doing so anymore. Damn. Advice for this collective. What do they need to know? What they need to know about moving forward. So there's a miracle incoming for you. Thank you, Lenise. There's a miracle incoming for you, okay? Right now it still feels heavy. It feels like a lot of you are having a difficult time adjusting beyond the heavy energy. The energy here still feels very melancholy. There's still like a bittersweetness. And depending on the day, some days it feels sweet. Some days you're like, thank you for being in my life. Love you so much. Don't care whatever happens in the future. This was a great experience. Other days you're like, F this person. Depends on the day. I feel some days you're angry or frustrated or resentful, and other days you're like happy and grateful and benevolent and being like, yes, I'm so glad. Thank you for the experience and the lesson. And the next day you're like, F the lesson. I don't want to learn anymore. It feels like you're oscillating back and forth between two different points of polarity. And what Spirit wants you to do at this time, okay? If there's any message, because I received this message today too in a download. Sometimes on the week of the full moon and lunar eclipse, the entire week of sleeps, I'm up all night just channeling because the energy is so intense. And I feel like I'm just receiving download after download. The download I received last night, this was at 3 a.m, because I checked it when I when I added it, was that you have evolved so much in this journey, even while being connected to what this person needed to do and wanting to help them heal, okay? But I feel the more that you can take your energy back and focusing on what you need to do to heal or what you need to do to grow, you can see so much progress because you've already seen progress. You've already seen so much expansion simply by being a patron on the journey, by being part of this journey and path, but not wholeheartedly focusing on yourself. So now that you can wholeheartedly focus on yourself, the growth is going to be dynamic and expansive. It's like all of a sudden, those obstacles won't seem like obstacles anymore. And it feels like the more you focus this energy on yourself, you're going to recognize all the beautiful things about yourself. Or for a time, I feel like you were focusing on all the things that you thought that weren't beautiful or weren't attractive enough or weren't good enough for this person because of their behavior. So this is you flipping the script. This is you shifting the focus. This is you deferring and deflecting away from any type of narrative or belief system or analysis, type of analysis that's causing you to over-focus on everything outside of yourself. Tell me a little bit more about this. Tell me a little bit more about my collective and what steps you need to take to move forward here at this time. Some of you need to focus on all of the happiness that is now available in your life, okay? I feel the moment you get out of this feeling, because for some of you, you might have felt like this person pushed you away or rejected you because, again, they were rejecting something in themselves. There was something they were not willing to accept in themselves. But when you were still going through the process of tending to your wounds, you personalize this, right? But I feel like the moment you can forget this feeling of being rejected because you'll realize that this was never truly a rejection. This was them going through a state of repressing or avoiding. You can find your happiness, your joy. You can find this sense of awareness of how abundant you are, how much is available now, but you're not focusing on the one thing that was taken away from you to give you everything else. That's this energy. Don't focus on the one thing that seems to be evading you. Focus on everything else that's making itself available to you. That's the shift in perspective, because the universe is going to catch you. The universe is going to clock you. If you are focusing on the one thing that is pulling away and on all the other things that are coming forward, they're going to be like, they gotta make sure that compass is tuned. There's clearly a distorted perspective in the way that they're viewing their path. Okay? What is this person wanting from my collective if they could have anything? Listen to the song too. So much, my darling. Oh, love, only time. Still mine? Are you still mine? Damn. Oh, this person does not want you to let them go, but they're also being very complacent, right? Very complacent. And that is because of their own insecurities. And I think it's about shifting beyond a place where you're either trying to see them in the most positive lens or seeing them in the most negative lens. It's about seeing them in a neutral lens, right? Not inferring anything or not creating any type of, thank you, Daphne, analysis regarding this person. Because their insecurities, their challenges, or their doubts, or their fears, that's for them to work through, right? And for many of you, you are seeing it temporarily as this person being someone who was so kind and giving and loving, and maybe you put them on a bit of a pedestal, right? And that didn't work out for you because ultimately it caused them to not show up for you in the same way you're showing up for them. But then when you stop putting them on a pedestal, maybe you decided to start to just trash talk this person or reject them or push them away or be cold or be a stone cold bitch, even though that's not who you are at all. And that didn't feel right either. And you're like, what do I do? How do I navigate this? Some of you are having a difficult time going from one extreme to the other. You're just not knowing how to deal with this person and this situation. And the truth is, you don't need to. That's the key. That's the answer. You don't need to deal with this person. You don't need to do anything. What you need to do is you need to focus on your own path and don't focus on their complacency, okay? Because their complacency is for them to deal with. And for those of you who are like, I'm confused, I don't know what to do. Well, did you ever think that the reason why you don't have the answers is because Spirit doesn't want you to have the answers yet? This is a tough message I had to learn on my path because I am also an Inspector Gadget, Carmen Sandiego detective that can find any information in any place, psychically or otherwise. But there's a reason why we don't receive information at certain times. It's because it's not beneficial for us. The universe wants us to receive that information at a future point. They want us to enjoy the ride. Not look too far ahead. Not focus on too much as to what is going on in the future. Just focus on where you are. And not only allow that to be enough, but deepen your connection in where you are. Some of you, this is a heavy message, okay? This is a full moon. Like I said, the collectives this week have been intense. Full moon, lunar eclipse week. We're going to get intense collectives all week. The energy is just going to be so powerful. And we have to use that. That's available at our disposal. But for some of you, you've been running from something for a long time. You've been running from something for a long time. For some of you, you've been running from your own depth. You've been hiding your depth. You've been unwilling to share or express your depth. And listen to the song. 'Cause you're amazing just the way you are. You don't have to hide from that depth. You don't need to run away anymore. You don't need to distract yourself. You don't need to focus on what's going on in the future. You don't need to have assurance as to some happily ever after or new beginning in order to be happy in this moment. For some of you, you're distancing yourself. You're separated from who you are. Because there's something in you that you're not truly comfortable with. Or you don't feel at peace with. So the encouragement at this time is to find peace with yourself. And I don't just mean find peace like do your meditation, do your rituals, like sage your home. Like I that's important. But I mean find peace like within your own energy, right? Like finding a sense of deep love and admiration and a peace with yourself. Like looking in the mirror and being able to say, I love you and making eye contact and not having it be uncomfortable, right? Peace in your heart. Yes, peace above all. That is the most important feeling, is being able to have that peace. And if you have that peace, there's nothing this connection that can give you or not give you that's going to disrupt that. I promise you that. So for those of you who have been trying to find the answer, and I know this cliche, and I know you've heard it before, and I know you're sick of hearing it, but there's a reason why it gets repeated, okay? There's a reason why you're asked to look within. There's a reason why they say that all of the answers that you need are within. It's important at this time to seek those answers that you're desiring within and not seek outside of yourself, whether it's in love, whether it's in your career needing to be seen, whether it's with a parent or family member that won't listen to you, that doesn't respect you, whether it's within any relationship in your life or any circumstance in your life or within your career or otherwise. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You are beautiful. You are powerful. You are magnificent just the way you are. Like know that and like feel that. I feel like this is a collective that needs to feel that. And like don't look in your rear view mirror, right? I feel that when we go through these periods of heavy energy, I'm going to quote Mr. King Tarot on this one. This is a good one. Good guy, get a grip, guys and girls, okay? When you're experiencing heavy energy, don't dwell too much on it. Right? Don't dwell too much on it. If you're feeling like you're going through a lot and you're feeling like a lot of anxiety, like this is all temporary. There are moments of temporary stillness in which we can observe something, but don't identify too deeply with that heavy energy. Okay? Feel it, accept it, but then move through it. Like a ship rides over the waves. If a ship went headfirst into every wave, what would happen? Okay? Sunk. Don't get sunk is what the key is here. That's the synopsis. Don't allow your ship to get sunk. Go over those beautiful waves, cascade over the waves. Go with that flow. Feel it, but don't identify with it. Ensure that you can be impartial to your own needs at this time. Be a good steward of your energy, okay? Final advice here for this collective who are experiencing this. Okay. For those of you who feel like this person who's still connected to you and will probably always be connected to you, okay, did something that you need to forgive them for, or there's something here that you feel like is unforgivable because you had to fight really hard to get through this. I want you to realize that the harder that you work to get through this, the more effort it takes, the more healing that you do, the more you level up, the more you upgrade. So I promise you will be so thankful to be able to go through even all of this heaviness, even all of the weight of this, because on the other side of this, you're going to be a completely transformed version of yourself, a more powerful version of yourself, okay? And this person over here is going to be sitting over here boo-hooing over you, okay? Because they still will not have learned how to process their emotions. They still will not have learned how to accept their emotions and observe them and do so with compassion and grace, okay? This person over here will rue the day that they push you out of their life. And yes, they will come back forward. And you will accept them and see them. But for a lot of you, I don't see that you'll commit to this person or stay connected to this person or be open to them romantically. Because it feels like for a lot of you, you feel like this is somebody who maybe represents a past version of yourself. Tell me, what is this person wanting with my collective for the long-term future if they could have anything? Damn. They want to be able to have an opportunity to have this relationship grow. For some of you, they thought about having a family with you. But it almost feels a little bit delusional. A little bit delusional, right? It's this energy of like them wanting to be connected to you and like to be able to have growth with you. They want growth with you, but they don't want to focus all their effort on you. They want growth with you, but they're still competing. Like their head and their heart are still competing. And for a lot of you, again, you're this Empress energy. You could be a Libra, okay? For many of you, I know we have a lot of Libras here. Your love is an art. Like with the way that you love should be studied. It's like your love is what poets write about if you're a Libra, okay? I know probably almost every poet is a Libra. I'm very confident in that stat. Look it up, okay? But yeah, you have the most beautiful way of expressing your love. And for most of you who are in this space, it's like you are the muse. People seek from you and are inspired by you and learn from you and grow from you. You're the muse archetype. It's like you're an example to others. But for many of you, you're wanting your own muse at this time. You're wanting someone else who could also provide that same support for you. You don't want to be the aesthete. You don't want to always be the object of affection. You don't want to be an object, period, is what it is. That's the problem with object of affection, because it objectifies you. Y'all don't want to be objectified anymore. So I feel like at this time, you're in this place where if this person comes forward with something solid, yeah, you'll be open to growing with them. But it does feel like for a lot of you, you're not waiting anymore. You're not waiting anymore. So what will be the final outcome here? Here's where we get real juicy. What will be the final outcome for this relationship in the long-term future? Damn. For a lot of you, you are dealing with a strong soul connection or a twin flame. I wanted to do a PSA on twin flames because I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions about twins and the twin flame journey. And the twin flame journey in many cases becomes euphemistic or becomes a surrogate phrase that represents like toxic relationships, trauma bonds. A true twin is supposed to help make you a better version of yourself. If this person is not making you a better version of yourself being connected to them, then you need to allow them to help you make you a better version of yourself being disconnected from them. So I feel like for the foreseeable future, there's going to be a period of separation while this person, inspires you energetically to be a better version of yourself. Because that's a safe distance for you to gain the healing properties and benefits of this connection at this time. For many of you as well, like you resonate with the fact that this is somebody who still feels very much like a catalyst for you and like you can draw from this energy. But again, it's almost like you need to protect yourself while drawing from this energy. It's like the flame is too hot. You need to keep yourself at a safe distance. You just don't want to get burned anymore, okay? And I feel that many of you through this period of separation will maintain a strong 5D connection. On the other side, I see an immense amount of healing. And I do see a new cycle for this relationship. I do. But it feels like this is a very long-term period. And I feel for many of you, this could be many months before this person comes forward to a state of union. They want the state of union. They desire the state of union. But truthfully, for a lot of you, They're not in a place in which they can receive all of this beautiful, bountiful love. So this is more about what you need to do to protect yourself. So I feel for a lot of you, that's the lesson in all of this. It's not how to love, because to love for you is effortless. It's how to recognize when your love is best utilized or where it's best served. And it's also allowing yourself to take a step back and just be aware of the impact to your energy. Okay? Final advice here for this collective. What do they need to know about moving forward? Okay. Some of you have grown so much and you don't even realize it yet. Okay? Some of you are so hard on yourself as well, despite the fact that you've seen so much growth. Maybe you're not recognizing it, or maybe you're not as far as you'd like to be. So I feel like the first message is about being compassionate towards yourself. The second message here is about recognizing that you need to be patient and trust the process. Big messages here regarding trust. Okay, trust is key. In any twin flame journey or any soul connection journey in separation, it's really about trusting and recognizing what you need to do to make this worth your while. Because I feel like for a lot of you, you're focusing, or at least for some period, you've been focusing on the rejection of this connection and not on the protection that Spirit is offering you and that you're offering yourself. Okay? But the final outcome here is releasing your ego. Because I feel like there was ego on both sides. When this person first connected with you, I feel like you were in your ego a little bit too, but you dropped your ego and you led with your heart. And this person eventually did the same, but it feels like it wasn't to the same degree you did. And I feel for many of you, you've been pulling out the yardstick to measure. Did this person love me as much? I love them more? Did they love me more? Did we ever really love them? Did we ever want the same thing? Were we on the same page? Did we choose each other? Did they choose me? That cycle of intrusive thoughts doesn't heal you. I promise you it doesn't heal you. It just brings you back further outside of your healing. It keeps you in that state of ego, and it prevents you from being able to truly find that state of groundedness and peace within your heart that we've been referencing this reading. Okay? So I hope that message was helpful for my collective. 1111 down below to let me know that that was your message. If you resonated with that message, we are going to do a few free yes or no questions. Hi, Miss Crystal.